database extracted. Secret challenge. Blueprint unlocked. Hey guys, Bman here. Welcome to today's video. Today we've got a banger for you guys. What this one here is the second video of today, and well, this one here we're going to be showing you guys how to, as you see right here, get unowned, unreleased blueprints, camo swapped onto them and all sorts, guys, and how to get working Dragon's Breath on the Modern Warfare guns. All of this using the Modern Warfare Dragon's Breath rounds. You will be able to use these rounds to pull other blueprints using the blueprints that you have on your account. You'll be able to use what blueprints you have to be able to get other blueprints for free, and then you'll be able to camo swap onto them and use them. So with that said, you guys know the deal. Get down there if you haven't already. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not already. Leave me that awesome comment. We'll have a quick word about today's sponsor, and then we'll just get straight into this, guys. So we'll also not only be able to use Dragon's Breath, but you'll also be able to use the camos that wipe and all sorts. So this weapon here has Dragon's Breath working on it, but it also has camos on it that this profile does not own. This is the nuke camo from a Modern Warfare nuke back in the days, but I did not get the nuke that got this camo. But we're able to run it on the gun and everything, and we're able to run unowned blueprints with camo swapped onto them and all sorts. Let's get straight into this, guys. If you want to unlock Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula camos in Black Ops 6, or grind them extremely quickly in bot lobbies, be sure to check out MitchCactus. They're the biggest and most reliable in Call of Duty, which will help you with weekly events and rare bundle codes for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Browse their 1,500 verified Trustpilot reviews and thousands of personalized vouchers. They're the go for all your things Call of Duty. Use code Bman for 5% off, and thanks MitchCactus for sponsoring today's video. You need Dragon's Breath from Modern Warfare shotguns to be able to do what you see in this video. A cheap blueprint to be able to get is this one here called Exhaust Pipe for the Bryson 890. It's only a 500 COD point bundle. It's cheap. Go and get that one if you want to be able to pull many other blueprints in the game. Now, with that said, and you've got the right blueprint, now let's get into this. Now, with that, and also, I'm going to be, for this video, using a different gun here. I use the Haymaker, and this is what I use. And if you want, go along and store multiple builds of the gun that has the Dragon's Breath rounds on it with different camos. Then you're able to do the camo swap later on in this video. After you pull the blueprint, then you can go and do the camo swap. So pretty much all you have to do to camo swap is swap to one of these, and then you swap to the next one, and whatever camo was on the next one is the camo that applies to your gun. It's real simple, really easy. So you also need to store a whole heap of builds of your gun that you have with the Dragon's Breath rounds on it with the camos. For me, I'm using this gun right here, the Haymaker, and I have Dragon's Breath rounds on that. So you use whatever shotgun you have with Dragon's Breath rounds on it. When you equip Dragon's Breath rounds, it will wipe out of your class, and this is the thing that you need. So if you're trying to do this in the classes that do not wipe, this will not work in those classes to pull blueprints. In those classes, you're able to have the Dragon's Breath in those classes without them wiping. So if you have those classes, you will not be able to pull blueprints in those classes. You have to pull blueprints in classes that wipe. With that said, let's get straight into this. I'm also going to have the steps written on screen for the people that need that. Okay, for this one, you want to start off with your class to have a blueprint in your class to start off with. The blueprint that you start off with in your class is going to decide what blueprint you pull for the other weapon. So when you say create new. So we start off with a blueprint, and you want to have 5 attachments on this blueprint. And when you pull a blueprint, if you start off with a blueprint that has 5 attachments, you will be able to add up to 4 attachments to the blueprint that you pull. Unfortunately, with this method, with the Modern Warfare Dragon's Breath rounds, you were restricted on how much attachments you can add to the pulled blueprint. You can only add up to 4. If you add 5, it will remove the look of the pulled blueprint that you pulled, and it will look like a base gun again. So for this method, only add up to 4 attachments to the gun when you pull a blueprint. Also, if you guys want to be able to add up to 7, then you need to use the method with unowned camos that I've shown in the past seasons. I haven't got a video on that this season. Maybe I'll make another one next. Leave a comment section if you need that. Now, With that said, you've got the blueprint with 5 attachments and it's in your class. Now, all you need to do is load into game like that. Now, I've got like 36 seconds to get this done in the pre-lobby, so I've got to be really fast for this, but let's show you guys. You can do this in the pre-lobby. I'm doing it in Resurgence Casuals pre-lobby. Now, I select my class, and then I go on and I quickly go through, and we swap to the Dragon's Breath round shotgun that we have stored. So this one right here, then we back out, and then we quickly go back, and we say create new on the gun we're trying to pull a blueprint for, create new on the base. Now that's going to pull the blueprint. Now we can quickly go through and we can fill out whatever attachments we want on this gun, up to 4 attachments onto it. Don't be more than 4 onto it. Then we can go along and we have that gun. To finalize this, we just finalize by re-equipping the Dragon's Breath shotgun that we have, and now it's done. We can go along and say leave game. Now the blueprint that we see in the menus will be different to the blueprint that we see in game with this. Now you won't have to do anything funny to be able to use this in game. Now all we do is we load into the next match. We'll be able to use this gun perfectly fine. It's the cool blueprint. And next game is when we can go along and we can redo, just swap to the 2 shotguns to be able to camo swap. So now let's go along and apply a camo onto this gun. We've got a brand new unreleased Mastercraft right here that I didn't get a chance to show you us holding it in game. You'll see it soon. But the Mastercraft that we've actually just pulled is, I'm not even got it held. Hang on. We'll show you in a second. You will see it in a second. So now we're about to just apply a camo to it, and you're seeing this is how easy this is. And unfortunately, I only got 36 seconds in my pre-lobbies to be able to do this for you guys, so I have to be really fast. So I have got the steps written on screen so you can actually see them too. I'm just showing you that those steps are what work. So we're going to load in, and we've got our blueprint now. All we want to do now is apply the camo onto it that we've got stored on our shotgun. So we go through and we grab this gun here, and as you see here, if we jump out, it's the blueprint, right? It's the cool Mastercraft. Now we just go along, and all we need to do to apply the camo is select the shotgun with the Dragon's Breath rounds, back out, and then go back in and select the next one with the Dragon's Breath rounds, and it applies the camo off that shotgun. It's that simple, and it's done, guys. Now we have that gun in that class permanently until we remove it, with those attachments working on it, looking like that, with that camo on it and everything. It doesn't look like that gun in the menus, but when we're in game, we get to use that perfectly. Now let's go in game. I'll load into Battle Royale Casuals, and we'll show you me using this gun, and then we'll show you how I can use this gun. Because it's an overkill gun, you would want to use it with a secondary gun. Let's go along and show you how we get it working with this weapon here, which is the Dragon's Breath rounds, how we get those Dragon's Breath rounds actually loading in game. And as a bonus, this is also has a camo on it that would wipe. So if we were to go along and put this into the class right here and back out, that would not sit in that class, so you wouldn't be able to use it. Let's get in and show you guys how to go about using those. Okay guys, we've loaded into casuals, and normally if we weren't trying to get the the shotgun with the Dragon's Breath rounds on that, just select the class and you'll be able to use the class perfectly without any troubles at all. Just use it and you won't have any troubles. You don't have to do anything funny to be able to use these classes. So if you're pulling the blueprints in the class, whatever class you've pulled the blueprints into, you'll just be able to use them in game. You won't have to duplicate a class. You won't have to do anything funny to be able to use the class or anything. Now, if you want to be able to use Dragon's Breath rounds working in game, then you do need to do something special. So what you want to do is you want to not have that class, whatever class you're trying to run the Dragon's Breath in, you need to not have that class as the selected current class that you're using. Then what you need to do is, before you select the class, you need to equip the gun that has the Dragon's Breath or the camo that would normally wipe etc into it, and then select that class afterwards. So you can do that in the pre-lobby, or you can even just do that on the loadout. So we're going to do that on the loadout. So I'll see you guys when I get my loadout. Okay guys, we've got our loadout, and this is how we'll go about just collecting the one when we want to get the shotgun as well with the working dragon's breath. So we'll come to our loadout, and this is the class here, right? We'll come along to it and we'll edit it, then we'll go along and we'll select the gun that has the dragon's breath rounds on it that we want to use, and then we will select it. And as you see here, now we just get it. With the working dragon's breath, we have our cool other gun that we've pulled with the blueprint as well. And now we've got an awesome overkill class with an unowned mastercraft blueprint camo swapped onto it. We're able to use the dragon's breath rounds, which is restricted ammo, with nuke camo, which is duped over from another account, unowned camos and everything, guys. Simple as, easy as. Incoming fire directed at stadium, steer clear. I don't know what this is. I think that event's hit. Why is it 3 out of 3? I'm going to the stadium. What is happening? Let's go. Whoa, what's happening? I haven't seen this happen yet. We're heading to that stadium, boys. It's cut the zone out. Oh, it's open. What is that? Is that the blueprint thing?
The weapon case provides a powerful advantage. Keep it safe.
We get the weapons case. Where do I take it? Do I just have to hold it for 40 seconds? Hold it for 40 seconds. 6 seconds. We got it. We get the blueprint. Let's go. Weapon case extracted. Secret challenge. Blueprint unlocked. We got the blueprint, guys. That was easy. Wait, we didn't even have to extract it or anything. That was too easy. We didn't have to do anything. I didn't even have to do the event or anything. Lol. Well, that happened, guys. We just got a free blueprint while we're at it, while we're showing off how to get free blueprints and everything. While we're running our free blueprints and our dragon's breath, we just got that. Let's go, guys. Let's go. That's interesting how it uncircles the zone. Man. No shot, the storm just stuffed everybody else and comes to me. That's comical. That's actually funny. What did they do to this game? That was an interesting game, guys. We ended up getting a blueprint, free blueprint out of that one. So, that's cool. And, well, I got to show you guys how to get a free blueprint out of that. So that was actually pretty cool one, actually. Well, let's go and have a look at that free blueprint that we just got. Weird that it doesn't even show us much about that, but let's go and have a look. Here's our secret blueprint that we unlocked. Here it is here. We might as well have a look at it with the mastery camos. Why not? See what camos look like on it. Why not? But this is the reward for going in and extracting the weapon case in Verdansk Stadium, guys. This blueprint here, nothing too great, I guess, but hey, it's a blueprint. free blueprint, better than nothing. So it's perfect that I've got it in a free blueprint glitch video too. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not already. Leave me an awesome comment. Keep being awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Bman, out.